Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SHWF1 podcast. I'm Tom Delicati here with Dr. King and John White. We are your underinformed American buddies talking about F1. Had the Imola GP this weekend, the Emilia-Romagna. AWS MSC Cruises brought to you by Pasta Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys catch all the pasta advertisements everywhere? And I was giggling every time I saw it.
They had a
somebody's in the know.
Heavy presence.
Who knew? Italy, pasta.
Spent a lot of marketing dollars on that one. Big questions for today. Has Red Bull found something? Has Williams found something? We've got a Rookie Dudie to hand out. We all sat down and watched The Seat on Netflix. We're going to go through our top 5, bottom 5 for our review for Imola, as well as our predictions for Monaco. But unfortunately, before we can do any of that, a tradition unlike any other, we present to you our 15-second race reviews.
Is it unfortunate or fortunate?
He said unfortunate.
I know he did.
I think that's because maybe he's not in first place.
For those listeners who want to get straight to the heavy-hitting F1 content and opinions that you know and love from your SHW friends, we have a little levity for you first. And so we'll start with Dr. King for his 15-second race review.
All right. Alpine has completed its rebranding effort this week by first hiring Colapinto, but then they also changed their tag motto to No Criminals. Flavio immediately had a meeting where he fired Ollie Oaks, claiming it says no criminals were allowed to have one.
Singular, not plural.
Loophole. Yep, right. He found the loophole. Oh, all right. I'll go. In case you missed it, Verstappen went full send around turn 1 on the outside and went on to win the race. After that, we saw more overtakes than expected, 37 pit stops and 19 minutes, 38 seconds of broadcasters killing time during safety cars and VSCs.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
A lot of time
37 pit stops.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
19
race.
minutes and 38 seconds from green flag to green flag of listening to Harry Benjamin try to find something to talk about.
I like the fact that you knew...
Mike, right?
Exactly how long it was too. That is some hardcore research.
I stopwatched
Trivola. Yeah, Trivola.
Nice.
Proud of me?
I'm very proud of you. I expect nothing less, honestly.
All right, John, lead us out.
Benvenuto Tifosi and everyone else looking for an exciting time in Italy. This country has single-handedly kept the world engaged for the past few weeks, and this weekend in F1 was no different. It's not just popes getting put in place here. That's right, Max Verstappen claimed his rightful position at the top of the podium. Ferrari let at least one of their drivers down. McLaren ran out of tire water, and Aston Martin showed they have some time left. All in time for us to prepare for another dull race in Monaco.
I forgot about the Pope. That was a good call.
Yeah.
Just bringing it around.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Good shout on the Pope. So this is apparently, they made a big stink about it on the broadcast, and it's apparently Imola is no longer on the calendar.
Right.
I will say that I'm going to miss the broadcast of all of the corner names. So my poll question for you guys today is, what is the best corner name at Imola? And I'll give you a few that I'm sure you heard over the weekend. Tamburello.
Yep. Probably the most famous, by the way.
Yes.
Tamburello is probably the most famous.
Yes. Yep. Ravazza.
Mm-hmm.
Acqua Minerale.
Mm-hmm.
The Tosa Hairpin. And my personal favorite, Variante Alta.
That one doesn't even sound real.
Yeah, I think that last one was made up.
You are both right. I made it up.
Aqua Minerale sounds like a advertisement for like sparkling water, right? Or something?
Natural spring water.
Mineral water is the direct translation.
Do you have a favorite corner at Imola?
I mean, Tamburello is so famous, but it's also like, it just kind of rolls off the tongue, right? It's got a great name.
I'm with Brady. I think
Tamburello.
we heard it quite a bit. It's the only one that's recognizable to me. And by default, it has to be my favorite.
So then the question is, now that Imola won't be on the calendar, at least for the foreseeable future, yet we have Miami until 2040.
Mm-hmm. 2041?
Okay.
Either way, it's a long time.
So my question to you is, are you going to miss it?
Am I going to miss Imola?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the track's just too narrow, right? Like, we're already kind of getting into our review here. It's a little paradey. I mean, it's not as bad as like, Monaco or anything, but
There were way more
think-
overtakes than expected this year.
yeah, I do think there was more. I'd like to see them come back at some point. I don't think it's a track that deserves to be off. Like, there's plenty of other tracks that I can think of I would rather have off than Imola. But
Name one.
Monaco. I don't want to go to
No.
Monaco anymore.
You
Honestly,
can't do that.
I know we can't, but I mean, are you excited about the race next week?
No, not at all. Not in one
Good night, everybody.
slight bit. But you can't take it off.
Okay. So it's been a couple years now since you bought a little sim racing rig. And,
Yeah.
I think you started on F1 21 or 22, whatever.
Something like
game
that.
it
Yeah.
was.
Mm-hmm.
After you got comfortable with the idea of driving in a simulated environment like that,
Mm-hmm.
the first track you went to was Monaco. Be real. With me.
I don't remember, but I'm going to say that like 90%. Yeah, it's probably Monaco.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Driving by yourself in Monaco is awesome. Driving with other people in Monaco sucks.
That's probably the fairest take of Monaco there is, because of the few times
Yeah.
that I drove the sim, we went to Monaco. And here's this is what I like about Monaco and why it's so iconic. Of all the tracks that we ran, Monaco was the only one where I had all the turns memorized.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
I could
that's
tell
fair.
you what was coming up every single time because it's such an iconic track. I couldn't do that. Like Coda, I was kind of close. Canada, I was almost there. I'd say 75%.
Mm-hmm.
Abu Dhabi was like 50%. But Monaco, I knew what was coming up.
Yeah.
Didn't mean that I did it well. I still sucked,
It's a fair
but
take.
I knew what was coming up.
Yeah. I drove into the wall and I was like, "That I remember that corner.
I
I
know
did it
that
wrong
wall.
again." Yeah.
Well, here we are, fast forwarding all the way to our talk about Monaco. We spent zero time on Imola.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the matter at hand. Is Red Bull all the way back? Is it too early to say that?
I'm gonna let John speak on this one. You I feel you're gonna come in hot. So
I'm not going to come in as hot.
John's
as
over in the
Tom's
corner.
dinner.
Yes, they are back. 100%.
No, I don't think that they're back.
Chest bumping the wall.
yeah.
It's hard to be back when 50% of your team was never gone. So the real question is the other half of Red Bull back? And I think that Yuki, there wasn't a better way for him to overcome a very serious mistake in qualifying than what he did. You're talking about 11 positions, starting from the pit lane and coming up and finishing P10, still getting a point for the team and doing it really well on an extremely narrow track. That's pretty amazing, and was qualifying decently. So I don't know how many more positions he would have jumped if he would, let's say he started P10. Could he have taken out Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Hamilton, Albon, Leclerc, and Russell? Maybe. To me, this is the game of what if, and in the words of Max Verstappen, it's always what if. What if my mom had balls, she'd be my dad? But I think he would have done a lot better than P10 had he not damn near died in qualifying.
That was a horrendous crash. That
Yeah.
was super
It was
scary.
bad.
When you see the replay, like when he was just sitting there and you see him moving, you're like, okay, it wasn't that big of a deal. The car looks wrecked, but like, what the heck happened? Then you see the replay and like, oh God, how is
Yeah.
he moving right now?
I saw like a little note on my phone, like, Yuki okay after serious crash, and I hadn't got a chance to watch qualifying yet, which, spoilers, thanks a lot, phone, for helping me out on that. But so we come back and you see, okay, they're like a red flag, Yuki crashed, and they show him sitting by the side of the road, and I'm like, okay, he wrecked. What's the big deal? Then they show it and you're like,
Well, and even then, the F1 viewpoint didn't give like the full severity of the crash. I saw some clips on like TikTok and Instagram and whatever, and it was like someone from the audience like was recording it as he came
Mhm.
around, and it looked infinitely faster than anything F1 showed because of the
it's
angle
the
of
same
the camera.
do you remember when Zhao wrecked? I think was that at Silverstone a couple years ago? Was that the one where
When he went up
flipped
into the fence?
the catch fence? Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, it looks bad from the TV camera, but then they show it from the crowd where it's coming at you, and it's a totally different situation. And I
Oh,
would
yeah.
be losing my pants if I was sitting in the crowd and I saw a car flipping at me like that.
Well, before I ask my follow-up question, I am going to say I am going to start using that phrase all the time that you just said a little bit ago, Brady. Thanks a lot, phone. That's a wonderful nugget that I'm just going to take with me and use. No, I mean, I understand what you're saying about Yuki. I was asking more specifically about the car and the performance. Do we feel like that they might have found something? They did bring a big upgrade to Imola. They kind of looked lost on Friday. Saturday obviously figured stuff out. Not enough to take pole, but I mean, he was right there. And then during the race, Yuki had tons of pace, passing a bunch of people. He only did one pit stop where everybody else did 2 or 3. But Max was in a class of his own again. So have they found something with the car performance, do you think?
By definition, I think they have found something because they were faster this week than they've been in the previous weeks. But that's not to say that that's going to continue. I mean, we do this every week, right? Is McLaren going to walk away with this? Is Mercedes found something? I mean, this week it was Max and Red Bull, and next week it could be back to Mercedes for all I know, or McLaren. I mean, whatever. That's great that the season has been like this. I mean, I still think McLaren is probably the best overall car, and I need to see something from Red Bull for a couple of weeks in a row. And obviously, Max can drive anything. You know, give him a paper bag and some wheels, and he'll figure out a way to get fourth. So I do think they found something. I'm just not yet ready to say, like, okay, yeah, Max is just going to walk away with the rest of these races.
It gives us hope. Unfortunately, Monaco's not going to show us much outside of qualifying just because there's not a ton of opportunity to prove anyone right or wrong.
Well, and then you go to Spain after that, where the new technical directive or regulation change, whatever it is, takes into effect with the flexi wing stuff.
Yep.
You know, people are coming here for facts, and I'm talking about flexi wing stuff.
Yeah,
they are super impressed listening.
It's
to
right
me
there on
right
the
now.
F1, the technical regulations, right? Flexi wing quote stuff.
Thanks a lot, phone.
Thanks a lot, phone. I tend to. There's a few races like this when there's a lot of movement that I tend to go back and look at like median and averages and use that as a kind of the Mendoza line to see how everyone performs. So I'm going to ask you guys. I've got some questions throughout our podcast, a little trivia, but I'm going to ask you guys something here based on just general knowledge. What do you think the average number of position changes, up or down, was for this race?
I mean, isn't it by definition 0? Because like if one person goes up and one person goes down, if you're
no, because we're talking about average per
positions
driver.
Moved.
Positions per driver moved.
I like where your head's at, though, Brady. That's a very like
it's like how math works.
Calc 2 response.
Yeah,
it is technically 0.
Yeah, Brady did take AP Calc. I'm pretty sure.
That's right. Yeah.
I would say the average position movement in this race was 2.
Okay.
So because we had a couple of DNFs, I'll say 4. It seems like a lot, but that's probably way too high. But
no, actually, Brady was close. The average number of position changes was 3.75, and a lot of that was driven by Yuki's 11.
Yeah.
And the median, which is probably a more fair way to look at it, was 2.5.
Yeah. So we're both winners, Brady.
So we're both right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're both correct.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, Red Bull have found something right now. At least in the short term, I can see them taking a good chunk of points out of the lead Mercedes has right now ahead of them. I don't see them taking a huge chunk of points out of McLaren. I think those two are going to still just be neck and neck. But McLaren has built themselves such a nice lead right now in the constructors. But it definitely is heating up on the driver's side of things with Max now having multiple wins this year. So yeah, he's got multiple wins in a car that everybody thought going into this year is not a race-winning car. And throughout the first 7 races, he already has 2 wins. Now, a lot of that is him, but I think we're going to see something from Red Bull in Monaco. It wouldn't surprise me if they have 2 cars scratching at the top 5 in qualifying, if you can put something together. And that's going to be a good haul of points for them if they can turn that into a race result. So I can see it. I can see it materializing right in front of Christian Horner's eyes.
There's 22 points that separate first and third.
In the drivers?
in the drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
one
lot
race win.
closer
Yeah.
than it is in constructors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's take a very quick break and we'll come back and talk about Williams. Before we chat about Williams, do we have a word from our sponsor this week, John?
We do. Today's show is brought to you by our new friends, Prince Albert's Cycles. For all your two-wheeled needs while in Monaco, bike on over to Prince Albert Cycles. We cater to all of your motorized and non-motorized needs. All of our cycles are of the highest grade and very fun to ride. Take in everything Monaco has to offer while riding a Prince Albert. To find us, just head to the tip of the palace and we're at the bottom of the shaft. If you hit the ball shop, you've gone too far.
I was waiting for it,
Yeah.
and there it was.
I like
There
that.
it was.
Their advertisement says to ride on over, but how do I ride over if I don't have the Prince Albert bike yet?
I'm not in the marketing department.
You're
I
paying
don't
too
know.
close attention to the wording, Brady.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is like when we had a Chinese sumo wrestling sponsor. Like,
Yeah.
devil's in the details, brother.
Yeah, he was very invested in that one.
The goal of marketing is to get people talking. So even if it's wrong, as long as you guys are talking about Prince Albert's cycles, then we're winning.
Have you guys been as surprised with Williams as I have? Because I feel like besides adding signs this year, I don't know, like, what are they doing differently? Or are other teams just moving backwards to them? Are they separating themselves from the back and the front is falling towards them? Or have they really found an unlocking move here besides adding signs?
This is a classic case of there's something about Jamie. Like, we knew that he was great. He just needed some time to prove it. I think he operates very similarly to Toto, having come from the Toto camp. 2024, Williams finished the season with how many points? This is another trivia. Let's take a guess.
40.
Don't look it up, Brady. Don't look it up.
No, I'm looking up something else. I just want to
Okay.
make sure I have this right. Crap. Yeah, I'm going to say 25.
Let's go with 17 points.
Okay.
They got 17 points and finished ninth place. Want to take a wild guess at how many points they have this year, 7 races in?
It's got to be 40,
It's more than that.
50.
I'm going to say 55.
Brady's closest without going over at 51 points and currently in 5th place.
Yeah.
Ooh, doggy.
And that's not all Carlos.
Well, it's more
Well, no, so
Albon.
that's the thing. Well, that's the
Exactly.
thing. So you were asking, like, we switched or we added Carlos to the team. You look at his results, just going back, okay, from the beginning of the season, DNF 10th, 14th DNF. And then you could qualify this as a little bit of a heater for Williams where he's like 8th, 9th, 8th. But that means all these points are coming from Albon. I mean, Carlos is learning the car, but he's not exactly like changing their fortunes. I mean, he's finishing, near the points, but he's not finishing near the top of the points or anything like that. So to me, they've found something in their car that, I mean, they're not quite to the level of like McLaren, Red Bull or something, but I'd say given what Ferrari is doing right now, they're nipping on their heels.
Did you see the smile on Carlos's face when he was interviewed after qualifying ahead of his friends at Ferrari?
I mean, I'd be smiling
Can you
too,
blame
right?
him?
I mean,
Not at all.
I had
right?
zero blame for that.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Mhm.
And Carl, I think it's kind of it's a 3-legged stool here. You've got James, who has been building this program up for the past couple of years, and we know that takes time. You have Carlos, who brought an it factor to Williams. He reinvigorated that program. The number of people on that team that were so excited to have Carlos Sainz join when no one thought that was even a remote possibility gives you a bunch of energy. And then you bring Albon, who has left the other Frenchies behind and is really focused and dialed in. Like, that's kind of an unstoppable team right now. The only thing that stands in their way is the quality of their car. And that's quickly becoming better with every single race.
I love how Albon is still French to you.
He will always be French.
he's always going to be French. I will say that I think for Williams, the position they're in right now with their drivers makes the conversation a lot easier than some of the other teams. Like take Red Bull, for example, where, if Yuki struggles, the question is it Yuki or is it the car? In Ferrari, Hamilton is struggling. Then we say, is Hamilton washed up or is Ferrari just screwing up? But nobody's questioning Williams right now and saying, are their drivers just not good enough? The only question is, when is the car going to get them there? Like they know they have a driver lineup that can compete with the midfield or better. They just need to keep developing, which is a good place to be in.
But would the narrative be different if they were still squandering around in 8th or 9th place in the constructors with 10 points?
And that's what I mean. Like if they were floundering around, you may have that conversation, but I don't think anybody now seeing what they're doing can point to their drivers and say that that's a liability. They know that the drivers can deliver. They just need the car to get them there.
Yes.
Williams is the new kid in high school that was kind of a nerd at the old high school and everybody knew it. But whenever he moved over to the new high school, nobody knew who he was and he was halfway decent. So he started dating a lot of the hot girls.
He got a haircut and a black leather jacket.
Yeah. And until they realized he was a nerd. And so the best thing they can do is enjoy it while it lasts. And if you're able to repeat it, fantastic. But if you're not, you get to date a couple hot chicks and that's pretty cool too.
He had like the parachute pants before it was cool or something.
The Jinkos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
A lot of
frosted
throwbacks.
Tips and Jinkos.
Yep.
A lot of throwbacks. All right. Real quick. Any nominations for our dude of the weekend, our rookie Dudie?
We might all agree on this one.
We all agreed last week.
We did.
Isaac.
Yeah. Okay. John says Isaac. I will second.
Then I'd say it's unanimous. I'm not going to stand in the way of an Isaac Hadjar rookie Dudie. Why the duty for you, John? Why give it to Isaac?
Man, Isaac has from his first race on, he has battled quite a bit to overcome a really big mistake, and mentally that takes a lot of work. He was our AP2 driver of the day, having neither gained nor lost a position, starting in 9th, finishing in 9th. When a lot of movement. Well, it's consistent when the average positions or median positions were at least 2 changed. He was the only person on the grid to neither gain nor lose a position as a rookie and still get points. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. He had a good weekend. He made it to Q3, and which I don't want to overstate that as a huge accomplishment because both Ferraris didn't, so that there was plenty of room in Q3 for folks to make it. But made it to Q3, qualified 9th, handled his race well, didn't get into trouble, and like you said, finished in the points.
Yeah, it's hard to take anything away from him. I mean, he had the best finish by the rookies, so big points there for you. And then like just going back from his race results, I mean, he's been beat out by Kimi in a much better car.
Yeah.
But his race results this year are pretty consistent, other than obviously the first race when he didn't start. I mean, that sucks. But then it's 11th, 8th, 13th, 10th, 11th, 9th in a car that is right in the midfield, and he's doing exactly what he was expected to do, which is about the best I can ask from him.
I think it's better than what he was expected to do because, like, I feel like if you would have read those finishing positions and said that's an RB, I would have said that's Yuki.
Right.
Those are Yuki's finishing positions. Right. So he has picked up where Yuki has left off. Mm-hmm. And that's more than you could ask for, considering what Liam's doing in that car. And they had very high hopes for him.
I think he's earned the rookie duty this week by...
Tom's holding out. Still have high hopes for the guy.
Yeah.
I think Isaac has earned his rookie duty both for his finish as the best rookie this week, but also for his consistency throughout the season. So this is like a little consolation prize from the other ones where we weren't able to recognize you. Well done, Isaac.
I believe this is his second win of the year. So congrats on the duty.
There's not that many rookies, so it's gonna have to go to somebody a few times, right?
Mm-hmm. It's still, if we don't give it to a rookie, then it becomes like a driver of the day award. And
no, it's got to go to a rookie.
It's got to go
to rookie duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Go ahead.
We also have the option to not award one at all if none are deemed worthy of receiving the duty.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good point, John.
That's called the Constipation Award, and it goes to no one.
It stays in.
It stays in.
It stays in the case.
Yep.
We got a Rookie Dudie loaded up.
All right. Real quick, let's touch on the seat. So we all sat and watched it on Netflix. It's 40 minutes long. It's about Kimi Antonelli's rise from his humble beginnings. What'd you guys take away from the seat?
Okay, so the first thing that jumped out to me was, did you guys feel good when you got done watching it? Like, it was really wholesome, right? There was no ridiculous drama like, Drive to Survive or, drivers yelling at each other, whatever. I just came away feeling like, wow, that like, he's got a really good family. Toto wants him to succeed. He's done everything he can do. I don't know, something just
get you in your
felt
sports
happy.
feels a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
John, how'd you feel at the end?
I felt very similar to Brady. There were two big things that stuck out with me about that little mini movie. One, he's just a freaking kid. Like, he is a kid.
He's a little
And
boy.
it's
Yeah.
so crazy to see guys like Kimi drive on the weekend, and you get the 6 degrees of separation, and you just see him as an F1 driver, and you don't remember, like, damn, do you remember what it's like being 16 and 17 years old and like just having the regular pressure of being a high school kid? And this guy is dealing with the pressure of trying to start a career, getting picked up in Formula One, finally getting picked up, and then like learning how to do a pit stop and drive under, like,
Yeah.
running over a dude, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was really
Props
wild.
to that dude, by the way, like, who was just laughing it off, like, yeah, you ran me over. It's cool.
yeah, they were like, he was a lot cooler about it than I would have been. But just a kid.
I do like the peel back the curtain aspect of that. Like, okay, now you're signed. You're going to be our driver for next year. Here are all the things you've got to learn. And we don't often think about that because we just think,
Not
like,
at all.
okay, and typically it's not a 18-year-old kid coming into a team. So
I love when they said, you're going to be an F1 driver. Also, you don't have your driver's license.
I thought the two most interesting takes, I guess, throughout the whole thing were, I think it was James Allison said, "Oh, this is just a kid who lost his dad." Like, he's wandering around the desks, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this guy must have lost. He must be lost." And then he shook my hand, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, this is Kimi." That was pretty funny. And
The funny part about that, what I want to call out, is that he never prefaces when that happened.
yeah,
Because the way he says the story, that could have happened 10 years ago when he really was a kid,
first met him,
or like
yeah.
last week.
Mhm. Yeah. And the initial take from Bono, I thought was really cool. Like how he's just having to completely start over.
Well, and also what a tremendous advantage for Kimi to have him as his engineer.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Like, had he
It's
been
unreal.
paired with a different engineer on the grid, would we be seeing the same results from Kimi that we see now? And I would say most likely not.
Now we're going to get into the conversation of, is it the car or is it the engineer?
Yeah, who knows? And you guys, this is going to be a, as we call it, a hot sports opinion sometimes. It's solidified for me how great of a team principal Toto actually is. Like, he's a really fantastic leader. When you see him on those calls and you hear Toto's thought process on how they pick the driver and just how he's coached him along, and you've seen some clips since, obviously since the signing that have come through, and Toto was given, them some advice, and it's like Toto's really, really good at his job. Like, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
going to be really hard to root against Kimi in the future. He might be one of those drivers in a few years where even if he's winning a ton, it's going to be really like, you look back at this and just be like, it's hard to root against you. You just,
Yeah. Well, okay, but I will preface that with, and I don't root against him. I don't want to say this. I remember having a lot of sports feels
Mm-hmm.
for George Russell when he was at Williams.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I was really, really pulling for him. And
But then he turned into a little bitch.
I think that's kind of the point that I'm trying to
So
make.
is that what are we guessing here? Like,
No,
we're gonna
okay.
put some money down.
But
Is Kimi gonna be
no.
a little bit?
No. And I think that's what he has going for him is like George tried to just emanate this level of maturity, which he has. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I saw it last night at the very end when they were doing that kind of montage and there's the smoke and the lights coming on and he's just standing on the track with his eyes closed. I'm like, they are trying to Netflixify and George Russell him, and it's just not working because he's this little kid. He's just got this little baby face, and I can't think of him that way.
So what you're saying is he needs to never grow up. He needs to be a Toys R Us kid.
I want him to be Peter Pan. Can he just be Peter Pan?
Peter Kimi Antonelli Pan.
He's gonna be racing for 22 years, and he'll be Alonso age, and he'll just be like standing on the track looking like doe-eyed.
I won't grow up. Yeah. Yep, that's Kimi.
God. Yep.
Okay. We got to quickly do our top 5, bottom 5. Gosh, we've been recording too long.
Where do we stand in the rankings right now
for top 5, bottom 5?
Yeah, we got to do our review from last week.
About to get to that.
Well, usually we do it with our 15-second race review, and that tells you who was in the lead, but we didn't do it this week.
Yeah, so, I went in reverse order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brady was in third.
Spoiler alert.
Tom is in second. John is in first. Brady's at 43. Tom's at 48. John's at 52. So John and I got exactly the same score this week of 5 out of 10.
Really hitting on all cylinders.
And Brady lucked out with 4 out of 10. So we put a little space between us and Brady. The top of the pack is separating itself.
My 3-pointer heater has gone away.
Well, we all lost our threes this week. John, what was yours?
Mine was Kimi. No, mine was what's his nuts points.
You
Q3. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jesus, we'll get there.
You had Franco Colapinto and Q3.
Yeah. Colapinto Q3. What's his nuts?
I took
good old what's his nuts.
That's what it was, because that's what originally mine was points.
All right, and Brady had Colapinto points.
Yeah, and I'm the unluckiest person besides Fernando Alonso.
Yes, and I had a Ferrari podium, which at the end of the day, if you look at the race result and you didn't watch the race, you'd be like, oh, that was actually kind of close. But in reality, there was 0% chance of Ferrari scoring a podium. So,
indeed.
Yep, it was unfortunate. So we have to pick now for Monaco, and this time we go top down. So John, you pick first. Let's start with your top 5.
Give me a couple of McLarens.
Yes.
Give me a Max.
Yes.
Give me a Charles home race. And go ahead and throw me in a Georgie Russell.
Bottom 5. And according to my sheet here, you can still pick Jack Doohan.
If he doesn't race, does it count?
No.
All right. Let's go Bort, Law, Alonso, Bear, and Hulk.
And for a 3-pointer,
Charles podium.
I mean, I'm going to give you that one.
No issues there. I mean, I took a Ferrari podium last week, and you guys were like, yeah, I got no chance in hell. And now you're picking a specific Ferrari for the podium? Yeah, go ahead. Take it.
All right.
All right. So that
Tom.
makes me next. I am going to say Lando, Oscar, Max for the top 5, and I will include George and Kimi.
All right.
And then we will do the bottom 5, which will include Oliver Behrman, Liam Lawson, Gabriel Bortoletto. Where's another rookie I can pick on?
Not Hadjar. We just gave him a duty.
Yeah.
No, I can't pick on him. He's doing well.
Colapinto's kind of a rookie.
I'm going to say Yuki doesn't finish, so I'm going to put him in the bottom 5.
Okay.
And Ocon. No, I can't do that. I can't put Yuki in the bottom 5. I have to put Lance Stroll in the bottom 5.
Okay.
It's impossible. But I will say, for my 3-pointer pick, a driver from a team outside of the top 4, so not McLaren, not Mercedes, not Ferrari, and not Red Bull,
Mm-hmm.
will qualify in the top 5.
So we think like Albon top 5 or
Albon or Gasly or
Yeah.
somebody like that. And Alonso
in the top 5.
qualify in the top 5.
The only issue I have with that is in the most
Here it comes.
recent qualifying results that we have to look after. We have 5, Alonso, 6, Sainz, 7, Albon, 8, Stroll, 9, Hadjar.
Ooh, yeah. You did some homework.
The chances of an out from a Williams down qualifying in the top 5 based on what we saw last week, I think are more likely than not.
Okay, so then put Williams in there. So a team below Williams qualifies in the top 5.
Yep, that I'll take.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Gasly.
Yeah, I mean Gasly does well at Monaco, right?
I think it's going to be Gasly. I got a couple of wild cards in here with Gasly and Alonso, who both qualify well at Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
I feel okay. I don't feel good. I feel okay.
I think you have
Right?
decent chances.
Yeah.
Before I do my picks, I want to ask an etiquette rule here for our rookie duties. Not to rewind just a little bit, but does Colapinto qualify for our rookie duties? Just got to remember as I'm thinking this through for next week. He's got to
Yeah.
be, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He doesn't have one full season yet, so like,
Correct.
he gets booted
He's
from
not a
the
veteran.
rookie duties.
Yeah, he's
okay.
he's a red shirt. We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Red shirts.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. My top 5. Give me Max, Lando, Piastri. Hey, look at that. And then John, I'm with you. I'm going to take Leclerc and Russell.
It's a good picks.
For my bottom, give me Lawson, Behrman, Ocon, Bort, and Stroll.
I should have put Stroll in my bottom 5.
I feel like that's one of the safest bets in this weekend.
Yeah.
Is Monaco. And for my 3-pointer, I'm going to run it back. It didn't work for me one time before, but I'm going to say Alonso points.
I'll take that.
Considering he has 0, I think we have to give that to you.
This is true.
All right. Anything fun planned for the race weekend? You going to watch it anywhere? You going to do anything fun?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it at Tom's house.
You're
Oh,
always
you're gonna be
welcome,
over at
buddy.
Tom's, huh? All right. I will not be at Tom's house.
I just recently invited myself over there.
Just
I
right
think
now.
a lot of my ability to watch the race on Sunday morning at Tom's house depends on how Saturday evening goes at the Crawfish Boil.
I think the
So-
crawfish boil is Sunday evening.
Oh, it is Sunday evening. Well, then
Giddy up.
count me in.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Memorial Day, right? So we get Monday off, so
Mhm.
we can get good and loose.
Get turned up.
Get turned right.
Turn up.
Mm-hmm. John, we should consider a breakfast Conlins.
I am very down for that.
We should consider it. Let's keep the dialogue open.
Let's put a pin in it.
Yep. We'll circle
and
back.
We'll check closer to the date.
Yep. We'll circle back for sure. Let's table this for now.
Mark
right.
it as tentative.
That's the end of our show. This was a long one. I got to edit this down. Anyways, we will talk to y'all next week after the Monaco GP. Until then.